Hello, I'd like to welcome you into the Sergeant Gill podcast. I'm your host, Sergeant Gill. Today is March 19th, 2025. I want to go over something that the Guardian put out. Conservative former federal judge says Trump has declared war on U.S. rule of law. J. Michael Luttig said a constitutional crisis is brewing due to Trump's defiance of a court order over deportations. Donald Trump has declared war on the rule of law in America and is pitching the country into a constitutional crisis, a prominent former conservative federal judge said. Excuse me. The President of the United States has essentially declared war on the rule of law in America, Luttig told MSNBC. In the past few weeks, the President himself has led a full frontal assault on the Constitution, the rule of law, the federal judiciary, an American justice system, and the nation's legal profession. When the President of the United States wages a war on the rule of law and the federal judiciary alley, America is in a constitutional crisis. The constitutional role of the president is to faithfully execute the laws. Needless to say, the president is doing anything but that at the moment. Most constitutional scholars have long agreed that constitutional crisis exists, at least when the president defies a court order. That's essentially what the president is doing today, and it appears it intends to do in the future. On Tuesday, Trump called for the impeachment and removal of James Boasberg, the chief U.S. district judge in Washington, D.C. Boasberg issued a temporary restraining order halting deportations under the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, which gives the president power to conduct removals without due process in wartime. The administration has invoked the act, most scholars say wrongly, as it deports supposed Venezuelan gang members. This judge, like many of the crooked judges I am forced to appear before, should be impeached, Trump wrote, also calling Boasberg, appointed under Barack Obama, a radical left lunatic and a troublemaker. Trump or his lawyers did appear before the secession of the state and federal judges in 4 criminal cases between 2021 when he left power. This is interesting. We got a battle. We got a battle within with our president and the judges. Um, okay. There's an article on the NPR. Zelensky and Trump speak after Trump's call with Putin. Ukrainian President Zelensky spoke with President Trump on Wednesday following Trump's call on Tuesday with Russian President Vladimir Putin. President Trump said on social media that he had spoke with Zelensky for about an hour. Much of the discussion was based on the call made yesterday with President Putin in order to align both Russia and Ukraine in terms of their requests and needs. We are very much on track, Trump said. A statement by National Security Advisor Mike Waltz and Secretary of State Marco Rubio described the conversation as fantastic and said President Trump fully briefed Zelensky on Tuesday's conversation with Putin. The statement said Zelensky thanked Trump for ongoing meetings of officials and for U.S. military support, especially the Javelin missiles that President Trump was first to provide. Zelensky asked for additional air defense systems, statement said, particularly Patriot missile systems, and President Trump agreed to work with him to find what was available, particularly in Europe. The two leaders also agreed on a partial ceasefire against energy. The statement said technical teams will meet in Saudi Arabia in the coming days to discuss broadening the ceasefire to the Black Sea on the way to a full ceasefire. They agreed this could be the first step toward a full end of the war and ensuring security. We have an article here from AP News. DOGE official to take leadership role at USAID. A senior official at Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency is taking leadership role at the U.S. Agency for International Development, giving DOGE direct authority over an agency it has worked to dismantle. According to the email obtained by the Associated Press, DOGE directly authority over the agency has worked to dismantle, according to email obtained by Associated Press. Pete Morocco, a Trump administration political appointee who was serving as deputy head of USAID, disclosed the change in an email to State Department staff. It comes after Morocco and DOGE oversaw the gutting of 83% of USAID contracts, shifting the remaining program under the State Department. Morocco said in this email that he will serve as the State Department's head of foreign assistance. Morocco wrote that Secretary Marco Rubio will, effective immediately, designate Jeremy Lewin as Deputy Administrator for the policy and programs at USAID and as Chief Operating Officer. Lewin is a DOGE official who has worked with Musk government cutting efforts at USAID and other federal agencies. Rubio also designated Kenneth Jackson as Administrator for Management and Resources, who will also serve as the agency's Chief Financial Officer. President Donald Trump also appointed Jackson as acting president of the U.S. Institute of Peace, a government think tank meant to promote conflict resolution. Those are some breaking headlines or some breaking news today. I want to end this quick podcast with the verse of the day. The lips of the righteous nourish many, but fools die for lack of judgment. Proverbs 10:21. I want to thank you guys for listening in today. Um, like I always say, we love you. God bless you. And Sergeant Gill out.